Hello and welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Unacademy. Let's crack UPSC service examination, not just learning platform where just by less subscription you live and hear from India's best. In this session, I'll be teaching patients who have been there in pertaining to like other courses where I'll be in situ report. I want to give everything as I said, whether it is in fourth report, ninth report, 10th report. Anyone about me have been TSC aspirants past in this direction. I have written books with the pen name of the IAS regard recent ethics and aptitude part 1 where I have set up everything related to ethics in even in all the 15 years not like in a concept in your ethics paper, everything given in second year series. This is the telegram link where I'll be sharing all the notes I teach is Buddha IAS underscore ethics. You can also connect with me through this link. It is ask me what all the paid based on based on these courses are paid by these courses are supplied by live testers. Course live class. After the live classes are over, live class and my dear students are invited. Then you may ask me, where you will be are there next they are scheduled their previous courses upcoming also rating of the like Apple more than Take for a many more. I told you here. Just diversity carefully. Take a subject. The geography is one bare minimum. For example, like that all the things. What you are you can choose among the educators. You can choose among the courses at Unacademy. Yes, for plus take. I from new person. Then syllabus is very vast. So you may get confused. 13 rupees per month. That's great. Left with done with. I I may not be able to explain concepts in I want myself my own intention to make student write according as you are aware. Your UPSC ethics paper is based on you how exactly here what I will be doing all this I'll explain those, but I won't my ideas, my the things in the video. Okay, first how corruption the Shastra of ethics. Then we discuss like cancer, which still him hold wide egg have to think. We discussed how something different about the enforcement fact for step ahead. Also, had law for the main meaning here act as a guiding. Having said that, let us act here. In this, we'll discuss how investment, what are the effects with it, and many more done by are given. Number one, high level of high level. As the monetary value of all the goods produced. These statements higher levels of higher level associate. Say for example, 100 lakh in that more share of say for example at say 5% corruption. If corruption decreases, what is the investment is less? Your GDP will be having things like paying for the wages, paying for the day-to-day investment part in your GDP. Then there side meaning of will make the clear once. as the share of investment in the GDP. Why it is share of investment, the share of revenue things. Revenue means don't produce any good because it will be for day-to-day activities, paying the bills, subsidy, like that. If share of investment in GDP is very high, otherwise very very less and share of GDP next year is with high level of corruption. So the people who need to remember them. Countries with levels of corruption invest very less, and particular, in particular, why? Because the chances of them, of the people, think the opportunity for corruption is very very less when they invest in capital. Is this point clear? Say for example, you are investing in education, percent what you get, like, like you can't make lot of money. That is the one word. So, because education provides few corruption when compared to other types of more capital intensive public spending such as insurance. Say for example, you are spending crores of money on infrastructure project or anything like that, some 10%, 20%. But if you can, chances like you make 30, but when the same amount is invested human capital, especially in education, chances of getting amount is high. In one word, countries where corruption is where countries where corruption very very. Here the reason given is not like capital when it develop they won't let you corrupt. They act as deterrents. No, that is not the thing. Human capital, especially like education, if you invest there, the amount of money you get, there are only few chances for corruption. Same money in some infrastructure or defense, you have got lot of opportunity. High levels of corruption, high levels of corruption, and all. then there was corruption. Corrupt money can take away and contract right, make some contract with someone, agreements, won't be having high levels of another find. Acts like corruption acts as tax on foreign direct, mean to say that generally the taxes are high. Taxes are high in foreign direct investment because margin clearly finding says there is higher corruption, higher acts as a higher tax. They also have given generally like 1% increase in tax rate reduces FDA by 5. They are decreasing. So tax increase means in, so here what they are saying is tax tax what they are saying is they are equating corruption is in corruption equal to in taxation decreasing. Is this clear? Any doubt with respect to these things? Next, in a study, a one step improvement there is one standard deviation in 0.4%. There is one standard deviation corruption associated with in corruption index is associated with over 4%. Generally, you take this, then is in thus there will be is is in annual corruption decreases, investment rate here. So these are the things of the very very important. Why it is given in second year. Take up the UPSC, the things related to corruption. We have discussed economic. Now will discuss how society is affected by corruption. Means we are getting into social relations, how it affects the social relation. Here, high levels of let's the internet net the corruption is high, will be action. Say for example, small example, like it has just flashed in my mind. It is not given by second year. Just make the point. Generally, village is well knit community. There, people are well knit. Corrupt activities in village are less because it's high in cities because they're not that taking the other way around. If corruption is more, social interaction is less. Cities, corruption is more, social interaction is less. Villages, corruption is less, social interaction is more. I can say increase in corruption of the of law. The law is ruling. Whatever the law says, like and subordinates, like to make the thing. Rule of law means hmm, one concept where you have got equal crux of the meaning of rule of law. Like has the rules here, law will be ruling. With increase in corruption, will decrease of rule of law. Vested will rule here, where people feel they are under, which I gave the example of stage. Apply this one. Where people give people free basis stage. They are more likely to form strong and legitimate norms. Take, take the example. Pages there just a gossip, maybe just by gossip, no need of any other coercion methods. I take the case of if tribes, all these things, there just in excommunication, the very biggest punishment for many reasons. You got the meaning in corruption, health of the that there there head up and have succeeded in promoting these places where corrupt oh social maybe like trade organization, professional organization, after thing, community group, they function as act as the people, make the laws. and they have succeeded in promulgating that they have their corruption, they will be courts of, and they will be in a position society and take the example. This very well proving based on lot of research. High level of corruption, low level mass. Till recently in India also, they used to say that politics is not for Gen-. Till recently, or they many like people of India thought that this is not our says that if corruption then mass part politics. What is the indication of participation in politics? Percentage, because they know that their vote won't concept here. Corruption is mass part. For example, like election percentage of vote, because they know my vote won't make any difference. Because people, the society which is corrupt, they, whatever they want, also weak rights and liberties of people. Next, incidents of corruption with ethnic and ethnic religion, race, even caste, culture, corruption, division. There will be division among also there will be right all very very don't get this point. Also, very important main reason is our UPSC book. UPSC books are those books that made my point clear. I was telling anything other than what is giving up are not the things I have some done. And ARC has some. ARC says the recommendation established that corruption delayed. Yes, here for you. Corruption correlated means here corruption. If there is corruption, there is corruption. Or corruption, what reduced, what used economic competition. Here I have investment. What is the main crux of your GDP? This is your investment. Investment very very less. It's a very minute component for GDP. Then economy is not going in a proper direction because all the rest you have, if the GDP may be high, but it will be having revenue components like your salary, subsidy, all these things. Only investment leads to creation of wealth. If in your GDP, portion of investment leads to wealth creation, gone. Won't be revenue things. Further, second has this that are the things very very. What second has is corruption is important manifestation of failure of ethics. Corruption is there in the society. What is the meaning? Failure of ethics is the meaning. Is this point clear? Corruption society, high corruption, then there is higher degree of failure of corruption, manifest failure of ethics, manifest doing the thing. This is clear. If there is corruption, it's that lower levels of action. As we take what our state. Similarly, corruption is there. 84, 80 point clear to you. And with and has it. On the whole, corruption have to usual. Corruption is more also will because they have full society. These things clear for you. Compacting as we say control system are the make the corruption and Tell the correct and trading accordingly. Necessary. This penalty, carrot and penalty. Why done anything wrong? Tick, punishing them. Penalty, internal control. We just read those things. Internal control means here we are talking, here we are talking the executor. I execute, why all this thing? Why not about judiciary? Why not about, because our why we are judiciary. Judiciary just umpire, like you will legislature just making policy, legislature policy. These policies and law implementing policies at the disposal of and money or control. They are mechanism within the executive. When we say that external control, we are talking about external, outside the executive. This point clear? Control outside the executive. Internal control means within the executive. And you know, generally in the internal control in the make or audit may come out with the, let's see, penalty rate. Very, very simple. Yes, means it's generally can range. That's it will be maybe highest will be something like not highest. It may range termination of recovery of assets. Maybe any one of them. What is the mean? Person is found correct in penalties. Penalties. Number one will be prison, or it may be like termination from the employer. Maybe recovering of, here they have given yes, yes. are the penalty in Singapore. Penalties for imprisonment for a fine 10,000. Penalty for that's 10,000. A civil servant against whom the charge of payback addition judicial. So in Singapore, what is the thing? Servant against whom the charge of corruption has to pay back the amount of bribe in addition to the judicial penalty. So judicial penalty plus your bribe has to be confiscating gains made to implement. Then it says that then penalty measures are not that effective. Why? In penalty measures, it has given example Thailand. Stringent penalty preventing person. So pen as deterrent. Think resist corruption. Example is punishment type. Then the punishment added life or death penalty also. So in Thailand, what is the punishment for corruption? Life imprisonment and death penalty of an officer convicted in Thailand. At Thailand, among the country. So what second IRC is making the penalty systems by itself myth. Has given the example. See, if you are found guilty of corruption, life imprisonment or death penalty. Even then, it has not reduced the corruption. Then what reduces the corruption? And I see some examples like how what are the things done along with the first is next it says that it is for example like now SC examination. This has become a national hobby. National hobby. A degree. Let us see once why it's for their heroes. You might have seen it overnight. His IAS, IPS officers are getting lakhs and lakhs of fans and followers. Even I was many of my good in a who are in service. Their profile pic regarded lot of prestige. Missile me, therefore, members of the family Say for example, a probationary IAS officers salaries with this any offer BMW or can he afford to have very good big necklace for his wife daughter? In some cases, family members they pressurize the case of just married because this was the case I would have not married you. Society is highly regarded, service is highly regarded, and also it makes the cost of indulging in corruption very high. Very important. I have to write this kind of work. So what they are saying, they you are found guilty. The civil servant is found guilty. Say for example, IAS officer is found guilty, barred from entering the civil public sector also, as there in Korea. Very important. Very important. Next example that is also very. I have to write this. The next session we will be taking like strengthening the ethical and moral standards in governance. Why examiner will not somewhere don't take as a low order thing. It's a of the prohibition respect of employment as it to sons and sons of the person guilty of corruption. Prohibition respect of re-employment extended to sons and grandsons. If I am found guilty, my son, my grandson will also not be able to employ things. You have got a concept in that too. Inculcation of values. Why this? Why there? Take and you write why your ethics, morals, values are relatively permanent. How can you say that are relatively permanent? Since these are relatively permanent, means if I am corrupt, almost same thing also will be there in our generally because values are those things which cannot evolve over suddenly. They are relatively permanent, isn't it? Think about the example. Your own family. If your parents have soft corner, if your parents honest and integrity, full of honest and integrity, isn't it? Generally, we have the same. This is the reason why they are extending that their point here is main point here is because they too have yours. One of the thing is it's a penalty. Other thing is values are relatively permanent. Is it clear? Important thing is in fairness, penalty directed not merely to bribe, but also to those who pay them. Very, very important. Our Prevention of Corruption Act, which is the legislation acting for all the people with respect to corruption in India, the bribe giver exempted because they, according to Corruption Act, person who bribe here is made to pay. This we have discussed previous video. What second ARC says. In fairness, panel should not merely to give the bribe, also to pay them. But this unfortunately not most countries pay of one of the reason like the concept is right. But here two kinds of things there. One is coercive corruption, coercing, where the bribe giver is a victim. Say for example, you get your caste certificate, you want to get your driving license, you want to get ration, Aadhaar card, ration card. You are coerced. You are the victim of giving bribe. Why you are giving bribe in coercion? Because if you don't give bribe, what you will be losing is higher than the bribe amount. Say for example, a RTO, he asks, we take this part of the board, the RTO asks 500 rupees giving DL. You say, I won't give, then it may take 1 year for you to get the DL. It may take more than 1 year during this process. In 1 year, maybe not more than 10, 100 times by police. The fine will be very, very high. Anything. So, in developing countries, this is the thing. But in reality, the person who pays bribe also made to pay. Because in developing countries, there is coercive corruption. As the economy develops, there is social corruption. Because the bribe giver and the authority, they fight, they unite. Say for example, contracts, State Public Service Commission, group on employment. In Karnataka, 11 allegation, allegation of corruption. And also said that there are many irregularities. Not only that, Punjab and Haryana, in many states, State Public Service Commission have to give money and think of a situation where all the persons in the state have given money and they have come to service. A ethical society. If there are 1 lakh people working in government organization, 1 lakh people have given money and they have come, or at least some major amount, and I see that person who gives money also here you have to it. And ARC, if asked, question comes, you have to say ARC's cases, why he is giving bribe is the loss he faces, the danger he faces will be more than the amount of bribe. You don't get your caste certificate done. What will happen? What will happen? You get your caste certificate done. Get the scholarship. isn't it? Many things like that. Is that it's sanction against the internal control in this thing. Control system. What is internal system? Why it is called in? Because majorly related to executive generally. Because one of the main reason is executive is the person who has money, who has power, and material. Judiciary's work, whether the law like umpire and legislature, they are there to make laws. They are making just policies. Won't be happy with them. Purse is not with them. Where is purse? With whom the purse is? There with the executive. By budget, by passing the budget, legislature money. So internal control means the executive control system. The executive are called as control system outside the executive, legislature, judiciary, your audit, control under auditor general. Then it is called external. So this have got at two levels. State government. Why is this? Why is this about that? Because they have got dual polity. What we have got? We have got. What does this mean? That we have got two parallel, two parallel governments. I have explained parallel governments means whenever you state government, central government, don't imagine like this. This central government, center, state government. Very, very wrong centralization. State government, central government are not within, state governments are not within central government. State government, they are different. How you have to imagine is side of the board, central government. You have to assume state government has like this, not within this. This is India. Definitely, these are the states geographically. But when it comes to government, this is the way you have to assume because constitute states directly. Not that states have got power the center. For this reason, we having control measures, central and also state government. Let us see center according to standing. Because otherwise you won't be knowing how the public servant are controlled, what are the things happening. You will have a better understanding for your GS paper, all these things. So at the central level, important central level have got at the central all department chief vigilance officer. All the department will be assisted by vigilance officers handle complaint. Also, it will take all the departments who will take these things of for you. The concept of department is clear, I think. So, what is that one? Constitution. Have got legislature. Legislature makes policies laws, these things to implement, you have got executive. All these policies and laws will be implemented by executive. Your constitution, your laws, legislation, all these things implemented by under the portfolio system. This work of policies, laws, all these things are assigned to different ministers. Under the portfolio system, it will be assigned to minister, where the minister will be heading ministry. Where minister will be heading ministry. Why are the ministries? Ministries are made to execute the law, execute the constitution, implement the laws. In ministry, generally you have got departments. Generally, I am careful using generally have departments. Each department will be having, and at the same time, very important, once asked in ministry, generally have departments. But there are some departments which are not under any ministry. Generally, each has or three departments, but there are some departments doesn't come under any ministry. Example, departments of, and also there are some ministries which don't have departments at all. This is clear? Okay. All departments have central business office looking about the corruption. Then we have got, this is a very very important thing. We have got central vigilance to advise the central government in all respects, in all respect of all matters relating to integrity administration. So, who is the person responsible? Who is the person in charge of maintenance of integrity in administration? What is integrity? Integrity is ethical standards in action. Ethical standards in action. Ethics in action is key. Following ethics and integrity is, sorry, for following ethics, integrity, ethics in your day-to-day activities is looking highest body is the central advises the government in all respect, in all matters pertaining to maintenance of integrity in administration. Since it is ethical standards are just when it is implied, when it is applied, leads to integrity. At the initial level, called as CBI collects information, conducts checks, just flashed in my. Now the problem is CBI comes under the Ministry of Personnel. Ministry of Personnel is generally it will be with Prime Minister. In some cases, it will be under Cabinet Secretary. But it directly it's under Ministry of Personnel and Prime Personnel manpower. That was the extra thing not given. Like it came, but second ARC says that fact remains that combined effort, all this act not been all this central government in central government have central vigilance officer. Yes, that they are not at all able to think about the not in a position internal control system. Certain state government, we have got almost a similar structure. There are some state government similar vigilance and anti-corruption are so the nature and nature come to know. Some cases staff will be their own separate vigilance department. In some cases, what they will do, police department, in that a part will be nature. Some cases it will be like a or a high court judge. In other cases, some person from administration like that. While some states have, others have anti-corruption. They are known as like generally popular SC, SCP commissions. So at the state level, one variety that SPs. Here, wherever states this are passed on like same structure and are a person judge headed by judge of rated status of into the High Court judge or a person who is qualified generally judge of High Court. State Vigilance Commission empowered in conducting investigation office. So here, for state not having personal strength, sense police department where on deputation they will be taking. They are very important. Deputation they are going to Central Vigilance Commission itself. They are appointed by police officer on deputation. Another variety, many states like the at the state, Lokpal at the center. Some states governments have set up legally, legally means according to law they are independent of executive. There is no interference with working from the executive. This executive, once again, friend, don't get confused. I will give you only one formula for you. Executive is any person who is a minister. That is the thing. Of executive is execution. Don't get confused. Whether it is from ruling party, whether it is a MP, MLA, anything like that. A minister, including chief minister is also a minister. Prime minister is also a minister. They're prime, one among the equals. That is the thing. The meaning minister, parliament. They are legally from. Why they are legally independent of executive? Because this Lokayukta, they curb corruption of the executive. Why they want to curb corruption in executive? He is the person who is having the purse, having the money, who is having the men and material, who is having all the power. Is this clear? Although the Lokayukta was kept on the station of first Lokayukta was a great deal of, in general there is a not being given degree created, but have not been given the main defects that means government are not are not giving, and also they lack autonomy. Why? Because a lot of functions they are made to execute the reasons into these things. We speak about what are the two sets of limitations of Lokayukta. One, they have not been higher degree of independence, that is not been made autonomous body, autonomy. And also second important reason that most of you may not be knowing is that various departments they are not they are not provided here, not work control system, control not work. Why? First say that reason is coercive, collusive corruption. What is there in collusive corruption? Bribe giver and bribe taker they are colliding. They are joining. Similarly, the control system as a result there are all levels. Also, if there is any departmental inquiry, very second thing, investigating Education agencies working not being, so there is always ministers. The regular vehicle of interpretation has been part of the executive government to up. This results evenly have in the lax in this unpayable tax effects of. There is some new executive comes, or when the government comes, you might have seen changing heads of the persons who will be in the investigating department, all this thing. Appointment, and they'll put another person and they will transfer this person to another unit. So how why there is no independence? Independence from whom? Independence from you. Means your CM, maybe your Chandrababu Naidu, or like anyone who is there, CM, Council of Minister, maybe in case of the center PM, what they will do? Functionaries from one department to another, like that. Will stage of willful deliberately destroy, deliberately not uh, allowing the investigation, deliberate sabotage cases being investigated is will knowingly will obstruct us, deliberately damage or destroy, will stop the process of investigation. Investigating a prosecution not independent by like or special. So because invest prosecuting agencies independent by non-partisan body. For example, fourth, very important. Final decision. Many cases they will report the thing. Lokayukta, your ACB, all this report. Who has to take action? The executive government. They won't generally major final decision proceed against corrupt civil, corrupt civil servant or punish him departmentally rest with the government. Final decision proceed proceed against or proceed or to punishment in the department also rest with the executive. So if executive takes it, it काम खत्म. Even the autonomous anti-corruption bodies like are headed by Indian can own the case which is Karnataka, where somehow Lokayukta has been. greater extent. But all these things can only recommend a departmental act and or departmental action for considering execute if you execute doesn't take. And in such cases, collusive network ensures that decision in favor of this because internal control system within the say for example think constable some well-knit thing mental thing. Well, say some department inquiry, they may harass and they may take money the subordinates, but they procedure here very hard procedures. Say for example, there are too many. For example, there are 12, 12 stages departmental action in person your I or your IAS or even guilty. There are 12 stages, my dear. 12 stages. You just imagine for moving one file from one table to another table, it takes days, sometimes months. Here it is not about even files from table. Stages itself. There are 12 stages in the departmental action. Don't think about legislature, judiciary, all these things. Within the department itself, I've got 12 stages. This stage starts with the preparation of a definite charge sheet. First step, starting point is charge sheet, and end with position of the first step is your charge sheet, and the 12th step is your imposition of penalty. Having the numerous stages are necessary because of the constitution constitution safeguard guaranteed to the civil. By this 12 step, that is the reason second RC has recommended like remove 311. Discuss that. In fact, the safeguards provide the civil servant in India. In fact, the safeguards provided civil servant in India are and safeguards provided are Constitution itself has given safeguards. Think of the position for Niti Ayog previously for planning commission. They were not even statutory. Statutory means they are not even made by law. Here, Constitution is giving protection. In fact, at that point, needed because there were many things there under our point of independence. Say, for example, religion was one of the thing. Then Anglo-Indians, the thing. Anglo-Indians who are working there. There was partition. Members like from Muslim religion, they were afraid. Hindu majority thinks some things go wrong. For that reason, that point of is not needed now. One more point for examination. Don't criticize for democracy. Don't criticize our tell the limitations. At the same time, justifications, maximum extent, say that our system is wrong, we are correct. That you are saying your house is not good. You are just complaining that my house, my mother is not good, father is not, brother is not. You are the king. Means that you are not properly. Just take the example. It appears when a person complaining about his house, isn't it true? In his family, maybe he is the only person of integrity and all other are corrupt, unethical. Because that is your thing. You are criticizing society means you are yourself, you are part. The constitution safeguards have worked in people who are corrupt their best use of the second ARC internal control on the whole. Impressive as it is, but not on paper. Reality it has not. Main reason it has given very important. The Bengali phrase, notable phrase, and health control. There are ghosts. There are ghosts in mustard seeds. How will the mustard seed exhausted go? How can the mustard seeds, the ghost, is the inner meaning is same thing. As the name goes, personal control. So the ghosts are present there itself. It's how can the mustard seed remove that ghost out? Not possible. That there is a need of ghosts. There are ghosts. It's a mustard seed exorcist the ghost. Possible. Come come on. That control system main defect are with those ghosts and throw the ghosts out. Clear of now. The next right? First, second year says afterwards discuss what make what makes the effective, what makes the society. The student point of such you are watching UPSC like a film. Of what I mean have to see the video just at least just once. You don't have the luxury of watching the again. Don't habit, very bad habit. Say for example, if you are watching this video now, tomorrow you, and if you want to like reproduce the same thing, you have to those things will be losing time, my dear friends. Any video, any video you have to watch possible when paper pen with you. Just write down those things. In fact, very good respects. What we have just in us things. Once you note down, bring it, pen it down because it's not like your book. Wherever you want, which page you want, you can again watch the video. Something. Say for example, you are having some 5 months, 6 months from, or if you are writing next month something, this daily will be students. By going this logic, if you are having 6 months, you are having only 180, 180 days into 10. You are having 1008. This video is about one. Say for example, now it will be for your mains paper, all these things. If you are losing 1 hour getting it waste. Anything good, bad. If you are watching me, pen and paper all. Otherwise, a very very like watching for like any need to note down the dialogues or jokes which come in the no. But here you have to know all this. I said other thing, different thing which cannot be compared to any other thing. Also, by writing that you are getting the with this, will conclude my session. Important topic, strengthening values in where I have points, reports. Don't miss that class. Get to like, share, and also the I. That's